Wakwan you little nanis. I big 2021, you understand? This year is going to be a massive year for you get me fam? We need to make sure we take our intelligence to the next level and make sure we domination the exams this year, or I'm have to come there and give you the one happy slappy and send you back to Madagascar. Anyways, look, we're going to be looking at a little differentiation quotient rule, you get me fam? Man's going to take complex and make it simplification. You know the pattern. Let me drink a little something and we're going to get started. Okay, a little hydration thing. Okay, a little something to get me started. So, look, the question's telling me differentiate. Let me back out a pen. So let's just say if it says the question was telling me y is equal to, 5x plus 4 division 7x. Now, the thing is, when you're looking at quotient rule, what you need to realize is that this quotient is related to division, you get me fam? Because it's looking at division, you think of quotient rule, you get me? So you only use the quotient rule when you're differentiating a division thing, you understand? Now, what we need to understand is there's a formula. So what it is y is equal to u over v. So this represents u, and this represents v. You understand? It's always like that, yeah? This is consistent, so don't ever forget this. Now, when you're looking at dy by dx, which is the differentiation thing, this is the whole point of using the quotient rule. What the formula is, v, which is obviously the bottom thing, u dashed minus u v dashed, all divided by v squared. You understand? So obviously v coming from this thing, which comes from there, calm, and then u coming from this thing, which comes from there. The whole thing is you get me? And then obviously, you know what the dash means? The dash just means the derivative, the differentiated version. For example, u dashed is, so if we take u is 5x plus 4, u dashed is going to be 5. Because what happens when you differentiate 5x plus 4? It's 5. And that's what u dashed is. It's the differentiated version of u. But when you put the dash there, it just means derivative, and it just means differentiation version. Calm. So let's try this out. So what I tried to do is I tried to keep it like, a little e. Let me just put a black color your car. So we know u. So I'm just gonna label this, yeah. So u, as we've said, is 5x plus 4, yeah. So what's u dashed? U dashed is obviously 5, yeah. Now v is obviously this thing here. So man's gonna put 7x. Now what's v dashed? Obviously 7. Now if you didn't know that, I'm gonna have to come there and flare kick you, car. Clearly your knowledge is not updated with, the complex, universe. So let me just quickly carry on going. So therefore, dy by dx, yeah, if we use this formula here, vu dash, so vu dash, so that's 7x multiplication by 5, yeah, minus uv dash, so uv dash, so that's 5x plus 4 multiplied by 7, and then all divided by v squared, which is this thing all squared. You understand? So 7x all squared, yeah? Calm. So, ultimately what we're looking at is we've got 35x minus, 5x times 7, another 35x, plus this thing, plus 28. All over, 49x squared. Calm. Now, obviously, you can simplify this. So, your final answer, I don't know if there's space, but basically, this 35 gets cancelled. Obviously, 35 minus 35 is going to be 0. So, you're going to be left with 28 over 49x squared, yeah? There's no space, my bad. But listen, I hope you're understanding what's going on. Now, let's look at a more, let's just look at a more complex question now. Let me rub all of this out. Give me a second. Don't go anywhere. Give me 2 minutes, man. Relax yourself. Get me, you man got no patience. You man need to relax. Let me just rub this out. Give me 2 minutes. We're nearly there. Calm. Rub all this out. Come off it, man. Go away, man. Takes 10 years just to rub all this out, brother, you get me? From man spending too much time from, you get me? So now, let's look at a different question now, yeah? Let's say, for instance, yeah, the question was telling me y is equal to 2x plus 1 to the power of 4 division thing sin x. Now, if they say differentiate this, you're going to say quotient rule, because remember, it's division, yeah? Whenever division's involved, you think quotient rule, you understand? So let's get straight into this light work thing. Now, so, what's u? U is obviously the top thing here, yeah? U is going to be 2x plus 1 to the power of 4. Now, in order to differentiate this, you have to use the chain rule, okay? Now, I've done a video on the chain rule, so it's actually one of my first or second or third videos, yeah? Now, go watch that if you're not going to understand what I'm doing, because it's going to be a bit weird if I'm explaining and you don't understand, yeah? So, basically, ultimately, what it is you multiply down by the power. So, this 4 here is going to come down to the front, yeah? So let me just do that. 4. You're going to rewrite the inside thing. So it's going to be 2x plus 1. You're going to take 1 away from the power, so that's going to be 3. And then you're going to times this whole thing by the derivative of the inside here. So what happens when you differentiate 2x plus 1? It's going to be 2, so you times by 2. And that's the answer. So if I just simplify u dash simplified is going to be 4 times 2 is going to be 8, and then 2x plus 1 to the cube, did it? So that's u dashed. So v was v. V is this thing here, so it's going to be this thing here. So v is telling me sin x. So then v dashed is telling me, what happens to differentiate sin x? You get cos x. Now this is given to you, but it's good if you can memorize this stuff. You get me, fam? Makes your life easy, fam. Saying that, and now let's find dy by dx. So this one's going to look dirty, I can't lie to you. So vu dash, so this times this. Okay, vu dash is telling me, you know, sin x multiplication by the 8, 2x plus 1 all cubed. Minus this times this. Now, I don't even know if I have space, but I'm going to try. So 2x plus 1 to the 4 times cos x. Okay, calm. All divided by v squared, which is this thing a all squared. So it's going to be v squared is going to be sin squared x. Calm. So obviously, look, you know, you can try to do something, but that's ultimately how you would do this question. Yeah, so calm. Now, let's look at something else now. Give me a sec. Now, I'm just doing some examples, you know, to give you that full knowledge, fam. You get me? So you man are going to be, you know, confidants in the exam to be able to do questions like this. So let me just drop all of this out. Give me a sec. 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 Come on, man. I'm getting good at rubbing this stuff. Don't worry, fam. Man's making it easy, fam. You understand? Man's doing it quick thing, fam. You get me? No one's just... Man's the Flash. Man's Superman, fam. You get me? Man's Thanos. Say nothing. Let's wrap this out. Let me wrap all this out. Okay, cool. So let's say, okay, cool. Let's say if the question was telling me something like, you know, 5 ln 3x, you know, over e to the 4x. Now, as I said, if you don't know how to differentiate these two, I've made a video on differentiating exponentials and logarithms. So go watch that. You know, scroll down on man's Insta or something. I don't know. Go find that. You get me, fam. But it's going to be a little lightweight thing. So same thing as before. My u is 5 ln 3x. Now, I've done a video, but man's going to explain. What you do is you just rewrite the outside. The multiplication doesn't do anything. So whenever you have a multiplication, you just put it there, yeah? And what you do now is you do 1 over the inside thing here, which is 3x. And then you times it by the derivative of the inside thing. So what happens when you differentiate 3x? 3. So man's going to put 3 there. And that's that. So that's going to be 5 times 3, 15 over 3x. And then obviously 15 divided by 3x is telling me, what's that, blood? Is that 5x, yeah? I hope so. I hope man's not bugging that. So that's 5x. So that's u dashed. U dashed is 5x. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub this out. It's taking too much space. And I'm just going to put 5x there, yeah? My bad. Now, if you didn't understand, I told you, go watch that video. Man's already made a video in it, yeah? So man's going to put 5x here. Now, v, we know it's e to the 4x. So man's going to put e to the 4x like that. And then v dashed is going to be... I've done a video on this, but man's going to explain. Write the whole thing, so e to the 4x. And then times it by the derivative of the power. Now, what happens when you differentiate 4x? It's going to be 4, so man times it by 4, you get me? So the answer is just 4e, 4x. Yeah, calm. Now, man's going to do liquid dy by dx. dy by dx is telling me vu dashed, so this thing times this thing. So that's going to be e to the 4x times 5x. Minus uv dashed, so this thing times this thing, yeah? So I'm gonna have, this thing. So man's gonna have 5 ln 3x times it by 4e to the 4x. All over v squared, which is just gonna be e to the 4x all squared, yeah? Like this, yeah? So in other words, man's gonna leave this answer as 5x e to the 4x minus, man can simplify this, 5 times 4 is telling me 20, and then ln, I'm actually gonna put, yeah, ln 3x e to the 4x, all divided by, so you see e to the 4x all squared, all we have to do here is 4x times 2, which is going to be ax, so man can replace that answer as e to the ax. Now obviously we can do further simplification, but man's not really got enough space for that, but basically these are the steps you need to know, you understand? So I hope this video helped you, you know, understand the quotient rule, but listen, don't watch that, more videos coming soon, big love, safe.